Finished drilling out the bore. I've taken a couple skim passes. So I got the boring bar set up, and we're just going to chew away. Got about a little over 700 thousandths to chew out. So I've dialed in 50 thou depth of cut for a total of 100, and we'll just let the chips fly. It's nice that this is cast steel, so not having to deal with any stringy chips. I tell you, a good use for these cheap indicator bases. Make you one of these chip shields. Just get you a piece of plexiglass or Lexan, whatever size you want, and then of course now you can mount it in any direction and however you need to keep them from flying everywhere and getting on you. Just a little helpful tip. Well, let's give it a check after a few passes here. This is an inside 1 to 2 inch mic, just an import. I think we're about 100 thou or so close to being at our numbers. See what we got here. I'm gonna put my cheaters on to read these little bitty lines. Yeah, let's see, 1, 6, 50, 65, 66. So, we're 1.666. Ooh, that's an evil bore. Alrighty, let's get working at it and take a little more out. Hopefully this is going to be our last pass here, taking 10 thou, total 20 thou depth of cut. Depending on any tool fixture, we'll either hit our number or we may be a tad bit still too tight. We may have to do a skim pass, we'll see. Alrighty, let's see if we're there or not. I think it looks like we're going to be a thou under, maybe. That's what it looks like. We're at 1.776, which is the nominal size of the bore of this thing, so she's not going to fit in, I bet you. Let me move you back. Of course, we've got an edge right there. So, tailstock's in the way. Well, she might go in. Ha! Cool. All right, I'll take her. Glad I checked, didn't do a skim pass. Works for me. Sweet. Get this, let me think about the order of operations here. We'll break that edge there, right here. And I may leave this backside on so I can grip it, and that way we can drill and tap for that set screw, and then we can cut that thing off. I think that may be the better route than just go ahead and whacking it off now. Change of plans, because I've got to broach this. I don't want to have to broach that whole thing, so I'm going ahead and chewing off this side here. So all we have is a pulley. We don't have this extra shoulder to deal with. So I'm just chewing it off. I got it held lightly in the forejaw. That's why I decided not to part it off. Plus, I still couldn't get all the way in there with the parting blade, so I'm just doing it this way. Taking it easy, about 30 thou a pass. It'll get chewed off pretty quick. That squeaking you hear in the background, that Mr. Chaos is in the shop today, and he's got his blue squeaking football. So we've been playing in between passes on the lathe. So I finally heard you guys. I know you were yelling at your computer screens and your iPads going, "Hey Tom, you got the pulleys wrong." And I didn't hear you till now. So yeah, instead of reducing the speed, I am increasing it the way I've got this pulley set up. So the small one should be here and the large one should be there to reduce it by half. Duh. Don't you just hate it when you do a bozo? So I think this is still going to work, this concept here. Just need to go a different route, not use this motor here. Get a different motor that's slower, because if we can get like a 1340, then we can just do a 1-to-1 pulley ratio, and that would work. Or even if I got a 17 and 25, that would still work, and then we could just use a smidgen larger pulley. So we just kind of have to put this project on hold for a little bit. Let me get on the interwebs, Amazon, eBay, whatnot, see if I can find a motor that would work for this project at a reasonable price. Check a McMaster car. I mean, I'm not paying $500 for a motor. Not going to happen. I'm trying to keep this project, at a reasonably low cost and, fun to do. I mean, if I was going to spend that money, I'd just buy this whole setup, a Herrig or, one that's ready to go, and not build something. So hopefully I can find the motor, and then we'll get back on this project. So just wanted to kind of let you guys know that I finally saw the light, and I appreciate you yelling at me. Well, hey guys, it's time to get back on this project. So went on the interwebs, Amazon, eBay, MasterCard, all the usual suspects, and trying to find a AC motor for this thing. Not have much luck. Either I got to buy new, which is really expensive, or there's not much used market out there for a smaller size motor, like a quarter horse or less, in the horsepower, in the RPM range that we need. So I decided to go the DC route. I picked up this DC motor. Figured it would give it a shot for $30. It looked bigger in the pictures than it actually is, but it's high torque. It is geared in here, so I'm hoping that'll work. It is slow. It's only 500 RPMs, but seeing that I kind of bozoed the pulley configuration, this will actually work. I can still use this pulley, and that'll up it to 1,000 RPMs. So we'll give it a shot. It is a D shaft, if you guys can see that. And it is metric. It's 5 millimeters, or 195 thousandths. So I think the plan will be go ahead and remove this material here, so we'll just have the pulley itself left. Got this piece of 375 brass rod, 375 bore. We'll press that baby in there, and then we'll drill it and ream it out to 5 mil. And who'd have thunk? Good old American guy, but yep, I got metric reamers. So we can ream it out, because that would be a bear trying to bore 195. There's no way we're going to do it unless the dude grinds some really bitty custom high-speed steel boring bar or something. So we can drill it and ream it, and then we'll have to drill and tap for a set screw to hold this baby on, and then we can kind of give it a shot. We'll have to make a bracket to hold it, but being as DC, we can reverse it so we can get the right rotation that we need. So that's easy, and I had this extra power supply, so don't have to buy one. So let's get over to the lathe and chew this down, and then we'll press this baby in. I don't have it held very tight, so I'm not going to take very big bites. We'll just chew it down, about 30 thou a pass or so. It'll go quick. So we're over here at the bandsaw. I need to cut this piece of brass to length. And here's a little trick. Most of you guys probably know it, but some of you newcomers may not. Get you a little vise, perfect to hold small parts. That way you can control it and it's not going to roll on you. So all you got to do is feed it in with one hand and here's the other and you're good to go. Maybe get you a little better shot. Okay, piece is cut. You know, the pulley, we shaved it down. So let me get this in frame. Probably can hammer it in, but why do that when you got an arbor press, right? So let's go ahead and just get her lined up somewhat straight. And shouldn't take much to send her home. I don't know if you guys can be able to see that with my hand in the way, but it went more than I thought it would be to send her home there. Let me get a better bite. Well, looks like the brass is wanting to gaw a little bit and not slide in, so we'll take it over to the big press. More tonnage is always good. Well, we're back over here at the lathe. There wasn't any problem, that 20-ton press, just a couple pumps and sent that baby home. I've already faced it, so we'll go ahead and center drill it, and then we'll run a 3/16 drill through it. God, there's chaos, of course. He's got a squeaky ball down here. Hi, buddy. And then we'll 5mm ream it. Well, hopefully this thing won't walk. We only have 3/4 of an inch of travel to go, but hopefully it'll go straight. I'm pushing as hard as I can so it doesn't grab it. It wants to grab, boy. Brass can be grabby. All right, we're through. Excellent. With no drama. I like it when we have no drama. All right, slowed her down. Let's ream this hole. Easy peasy. Okay, let's check the hole. It's a 195 gauge pin. And she slides in there nicely. Sweet. So now I'll tell you what. Well, yeah, let's just out of curiosity, let me move you over here a little bit and I want to check for run out. Alrighty, see if you can see that or not with the glare. I may have to move you, but I mean, we have less than a thou run out, maybe about half, 3, 4. I'll move you here, you can see the dial a little bit better. So that's good, and that may be with the chuck too, so doesn't look like it walked. Excellent. Works for me.